What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about MLB The Show 22. It is about that time of the year where we speculate who's going to be on the cover, what's the release date, what are the new features going to be, and when is SDS going to give us some news on MLB The Show 22. So today we're going to talk about the lockout, how that affects MLB The Show 22, if the game is going to be coming out on time, what's left of MLB The Show 21, and who is going to be on the cover of MLB The Show 22. If you're excited for this one, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it, but without further ado, hope you all enjoy the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so high, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
Okay, so I am here on MLB The Show 21, and before we get into talking about MLB The Show 22, the release date, the possible release date, where we expect it to be, we have the cover athletes to talk about who could be on the cover for MLB The Show 22. We're first going to talk about the current state of MLB The Show 21, and are we done for the year? And the simple answer is, I think we are. I think we're done for the remainder of the year. I'm sure a lot of you guys are not playing this game daily anymore. If we're being completely honest, I have not played a full game of ranked seasons, and I want to say a week and a half. The game just feels really dry at this point. It's not for another month and a half though that people really start getting excited about baseball, and spring training starts to roll around when the weather starts to get a little bit nicer, and then opening day is only like a month away. That's when I feel like more people actually will hop on to Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show 21. They just want to play some baseball because baseball season is starting up. But that'll lead me to the next thing, and that is the MLB The Show 22 release date, because people want to play the new game with the new rosters. They want a new Diamond Dynasty team. I, for one, cannot wait for the new Diamond Dynasty season. I am going to have every single tip video you can want, rankings videos. We're going to be doing gameplays, debuts. Just wait for MLB The Show 22 Diamond Dynasty. I'll be covering everything in this game. We'll be doing hitting tips, pitching tips, pack opening videos. We're going to start a new series. It's going to be a ton of fun. So MLB The Show, guys, I know I haven't been putting out too much MLB The Show content in the last few weeks, but there's not much to do in this game. I'm getting pretty bored of it, and it's really prime football season right now with the playoffs going on. But I promise you guys, once MLB The Show 22 comes out, expect a ton of Diamond Dynasty content every single day during baseball season. But MLB The Show 22, if you take a look at the ranked season schedule, they give us a little bit of a hint here on when this game comes out. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking right now. MLB The Show 22 can't come out with the lockout going on right now because MLB The Show can't use player likeness, so they can't put them into the game. That's not necessarily true. We're gonna get into a tweet from Mathew Garcia, who is another great MLB The Show creator. I'm gonna jump onto his Twitter account. We're gonna check out a tweet he put out from a few days ago, really addressing that situation, so we'll get to that in just a second. But I do want to take a look at the ranked season schedule here. You see that the last ranked season for MLB The Show 21 is February 28th till April 11th. That really gives you the hint that anytime after April 11th, that's when MLB The Show 22 is going to come out. So it's going to come out about the same time as MLB The Show 21. I know in previous years, a lot of the MLB The Show games come out in mid-March. So now it looks like the new norm could be in the middle of April instead, when the season is actually taking place. And I do want to say the game should be coming out within the next week after April 11th. I'm not going to confirm that, but it seems like the right time based off of when MLB The Show 21 came out, that game would come out MLB The Show 22 around the same time. Whether we get an earlier release date for the special edition, the regular edition, that will have to be determined when they actually give us some news on MLB The Show 22, because as of now, their Twitter has been completely silent on news for MLB The Show 22. But I mentioned that tweet from Mathew Garcia, so I want to show you guys that right now. Okay, so we're taking a look now at the tweet that Mathew Garcia released a few days ago. This tweet was put out on January 19th. Another great MLB The Show content creator on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, so make sure to follow him on all of his socials. But he said, regarding MLB The Show and the lockout, looks like the most definitive details we have received so far comes from this ABC News article, which states that MLB The Show would not be affected and seemingly cites the league in doing so. Again, this tweet was put out on January 19th, so some of you guys may have already seen it already, but if you haven't, this is what the article says. While baseball was shut down at the height of the coronavirus pandemic, players like Blake Snell and Trevor May live stream esports as a way of engaging with fans. If the lockout drags on, that may happen again. Notably, the MLB The Show video game has a licensing deal for player name, image, and likeness rights that exist outside the CBA, so its spring release won't be affected, the league said. So that has to do with the fact that even if the lockout does wind up taking place into the season, if we get a short MLB season in real life, spring training doesn't start on time, we should still be able to get MLB The Show 22 whenever they would like to release it. So most likely that mid-April release that I just talked about, and they should be able to use all the players in MLB The Show. Everybody should be on their correct rosters. Now, one thing I will say about that, because free agency was frozen in real life, I don't know if they'll put guys like Marcus Semien, Corey Seager on the Texas Rangers, if they'll still be on the Blue Jays and the Dodgers respectively, and they might have to wait until the lockout ends to actually put them on the correct rosters. But definitely for people that are free agents that haven't signed, I don't know what they're going to do with those guys, if they're going to put them on their rosters from last year and just wait till the lockout ends and put them on their new teams. We'll have to see about that. But for Diamond Dynasty purposes, MLB The Show 22 should be coming out on time, and because they can use player likeness, we should still get live series cards from the new Topps Now cards that they're coming out with. In real life, the trading cards from Topps Now, we should be able to get live series cards in the game for all of the MLB The Show players, and then we should still be able to get content like award cards, milestone cards, legends, because they own those player likenesses. So MLB The Show has separate deals with the MLB and the MLBPA where they can use player likeness. So we should still be able to get a good Diamond Dynasty season. Now, we won't get cards like Topps Now, I would imagine, because Topps Now cards have to do with the season, and there won't be a season at the moment. So if there's no season going on, maybe they want to do something like Topps Now throwback cards from previous years during the weeks of those Topps Now cards. I think that would be a really cool idea. Then we have the monthly awards cards, so the best cards of that respective month. Maybe they want to bring back cards from older player of the month. I think that would be a cooler idea as well. Just keep it a theme like that. If we don't get a season, if we're going to get a shortened season, I still think they should come out with Topps Now cards and monthly award cards. Just throw them back to older games like MLB The Show 21. I wouldn't mind another April player of the month, Buxton, early on in the year. He was a fan favorite card. Bring him back in MLB The Show 22 for MLB The Show 21 if we do get a shortened season. But this article was the first good news and the first real news that we got about the effective MLB The Show 22 release date. The next thing we're going to take a look at here is Wikipedia, and Wikipedia has every single MLB The Show game that has come out so far and their release date. That way we can finally piece together when this game could be coming out. So like I said earlier, the last ranked season ends on April 11th, and I do expect the game to come out within a week of that ranked season's ending. So anywhere from that April 12th to April 19th release date. So you'll see here at the bottom, MLB The Show 22 right now is scheduled on Wikipedia. This is an estimated release date. Again, nothing is confirmed, for April 19th, 2022. Now, MLB The Show 21 came out on April 20th, 2021. So that lines up perfectly with MLB The Show 21. Maybe that mid-April release date, like I said earlier, is going to become the new norm with MLB The Show. You'll see the previous games before that, it was more than likely a mid to late March release, with MLB The Show 20 being March 17th, 2020, MLB The Show 19 being March 26th, 2019. But it looks like for the future, I do want to say it looks like we're going to be getting a mid-April release date, I want to say, for future MLB The Show games. But that does give us a good estimate here that I believe MLB The Show 22 is going to come out anywhere from April 12th, 2022 to April 19th, 2022. And the final thing we're going to talk about in this video is the MLB The Show 22 cover athlete. I believe last year they announced this on February 1st who is going to be on the cover. So we're getting to that time within the next week. We should know who's going to be on the cover of MLB The Show 22. And I really think there's only two options for the cover. The first one, Shohei Ohtani, the AL MVP, probably the best player in the league last year. And we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., probably the second best player in the AL. Both of these covers would be amazing, although I do think Shohei Ohtani is going to wind up getting it. Before we talk about it a little bit more, want to give credit where credit is due, because these are not my covers. So Rings20 on Reddit made the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. cover, and then I believe C-Money323 made the Shohei Ohtani cover. In the comments down below in the description, I will be putting the links of both of these guys' Reddits there, so make sure to go check out the original post and show some love to these guys for their awesome cover art. But I think both of these look amazing. Either way, I'd be happy with one of these guys being on the cover, but I don't see how you don't give it to Shohei Ohtani. I think he's definitely the favorite to get it. I mean, MLB The Show, it just fits him. MLB The Show 22 with the show SHO in red for the Los Angeles Angels and the team colors of Shohei Ohtani. The Vlad cover I really like as well. I would not be mad with either of these covers or either of these guys being on the cover. I think they definitely deserve it. This would be an awesome cover either way. I think Shohei Ohtani will get it though. He's definitely my favorite to get the MLB The Show 22 cover. In the comments down below though, let me know what you think. If you don't think it's going to be Ohtani or Vlad, who else could it be for the MLB The Show 22 cover? Or do you think it's going to be one of these guys? And let me know who you think is going to be on the cover of MLB The Show 22. Okay, everyone, that's going to do it for the video today. Just want to talk about MLB The Show 22 a little bit. We still have no news on the game, no news of new features we're going to be getting in the game, new cards we're going to be getting in Diamond Dynasty, the release date, Cover athlete, nothing. In the comments down below, let me know, do you think we're going to be getting news before the lockout ends, or do you think they're waiting for the lockout to end to give us news on MLB The Show 22? Do you think the game's going to release on time? I do think that, so hopefully we do get it. Have big hopes for MLB The Show 22. If you enjoyed the video and you found it useful though, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it, but that's going to do it for me today, everyone. See you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.